Good afternoon, everyone. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon here down in NZ on a Sunday. Sneaking in a little bit of modelling while the kids are over at the grandparents, enjoying themselves at the zoo, I hope. So, yeah, just a quick hello, and yeah, I guess a couple of things that I'm working on at the moment. This Academy 1 in 48 scale Mirage, which is pretty much my first 1 in 48 scale model, and gotta say, having only ever really done 1 in 72s as a kid, mainly because that's all I could afford, and I've probably done about half a dozen 1 in 72s since I got back into the hobby a year ago, and had a crack at this 148, and to be honest, boy, it's I don't know, it just seems more enjoyable doing, just having that extra scale to work with, a little bit more room to sort of get into some of the nitty gritty stuff that's really hard to do with some of the 172s. But needless to say, I used the 172s to get back into the swing of it, I guess, and just cut my teeth on and just practice, or at least have an attempt at some of the techniques that I've been observing you guys using, and see if I can make use of those. But so this is my first 1 in 48. It's a pretty basic model, a pretty cheap one I picked up off eBay a few months ago. That's effectively what it is, and I say not too many pieces, two fairly basic sprues and an extremely simple instruction sheet. That's pretty much it, that's all you get. And like I say, it's an Academy one. I've never heard of Academy until I got onto the internet, so they're the decals for it. But I've never heard of Academy, and they're pretty well priced, and for a beginner like me, I thought, oh well, I'll give it a run. And gotta say, just really enjoyed the 1 in 48. So being a modeler like the rest of you appear to do, I then generally start picking up 1 in 48s for my stash. Another one I'm working on at the moment is this another 1 in 48. So once that one pretty much got close to being done, I then started on this one, and this is a Tamiya Inceptor Raiden, and again, I've really enjoyed it. It's been a really good exercise for me just to really practice a couple of skills in particular, and for this one I've tried to take my time and put some effort into the getting rid of the seam lines down the spine of the fuselage, and still got a bit of work to do underneath and sort of making that connection between the wings and the fuselage a little bit more seamless. But getting into using some of the Mr. Surfacer and even some of the canopy stuff. I came across Genesis models about 6 months ago, and Bobby Waldron, it provides some great videos to watch on a real how-to basis, and really opens up some of the mysteries behind the techniques, which it's easy to sort of mimic and really get up to speed on. So again, this is my second 1 in 48, and as I say, if I do any more 1 in 72s, which you can imagine I've got quite a few of, I'll probably do the bigger ones over time, and leave the smaller ones for my son when he's old enough. But I'll leave my the reveal of my stash for another video as a bit of a content topic. But as I say, I've building up a bit of a backlog of 1 in 48s now. But yeah, really enjoying that one as well. And what else is going on? We've been ravaged by chickenpox this last week, so just as a bit of a throwback, I picked up shingles along the way, which has been quite unhelpful because I'm quite busy at work at the moment, and I've got another busy week ahead with a bit of travel up to the up to Auckland for a couple of days, but I am off to see Queen this week. So old Bryza May and Roger Taylor are coming to New Zealand and doing a show, so I'm off to see them on Wednesday night, so that'll be a lot of fun. And I've always been a Queen fan, I've never seen them live, so it's a good opportunity. And as I say, I ended up with shingles, so I've got some nasty scars which I'm hoping will fade, but I've been telling everyone at work the hickeys, so there you go. You have to use this sort of scenario as an opportunity and make the most of it. So yeah, that's my Mirage, and I say it's not perfect, and I'm never going to be a super brilliant modeler, but I'm quite happy with the progress I've made in a short period of time, because I don't know. I'm finding that the building bit I enjoy a little bit. I enjoy to a point. Sanding, yeah, I enjoy to a point, but not too much of it, thanks. I really enjoy the painting. It's the first time I've used an airbrush, and really enjoyed the weathering. There's something quite satisfying about weathering, I've found. And yeah, on this one I used a bit of a pin wash, which is something I picked off the Genesis model site, and I also used a bit of Florey's more broader wash as well. But I've glued the weaponry and the wheels on about 14 times as they keep falling off, but hopefully they'll stick. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and hopefully I'll finish that one off. And I want to get another project on the go. I like to keep 2 or 3 on the go at once, and I think I'll probably have a crack at this one next. The Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1 from Airfix. Just one question. A lot of you appear to know when something's a new tooling and when something isn't, and I have no idea how you can tell. So if someone wants to let me know how you can tell whether something's a new tooling or whether it's a rebox or not, I've no idea on how you know that, because yeah, it's crafty of the manufacturers putting old kits in new boxes. Schmucks like me don't pick up on that, and we dive in thinking we're getting something that's new each time. Oh yeah, I got a package the other day, which I'll open now because I haven't opened it yet. It's another one from my stash that's turned up from Korea. I thought, it's coming from Korea, from Seoul. So I'm at that point where I'm buying so many little bits and pieces I forget what I bought, and this is no exception. I know I bought a couple of models online in the last few weeks, and some of them take a while to turn up, and some turn up immediately, so it turns into a bit of a little private Christmas, I guess. And this is an Academy one, which I kind of thought it would be with it coming from Seoul, but it's bloody big. What the hell I bought? Oh yeah, I remember now. It all comes flooding back. Nice package there stuff, that's for sure. This is there we go, an old battler. So this is a 1 in 72 Academy USAF FB29A, the old battler, and that looks like a pretty big 1 in 72, so that would be cool. That should fit straight into my new fondness of bigger models. And like I say, it's Academy, so I don't know, how do you guys rate Academies? For the ones I have bought, and I say the Mirage is the first one I've built, and it was fairly straightforward with minimal pieces. They seem quite good for them in terms of value for money, and I guess, you know, not being an expert at this stuff yet, or they seem to be I don't know, as far as I can see, quite nice kits. Every one I've bought has had recessed panel lines and nice packaging. It doesn't go over the top with the packaging like the you get with the some of the Eduard and the Hobby Boss ones and the Trumpeter ones where they go that extra mile with the packaging, but there's nothing wrong with the packaging. And so this is see, it's quite a big model, and again it's recess panel lines, and I'm not sure if this one's got a date on it, and again I won't even know if it's a new tooling or if it's been reboxed from somebody else. Date wise, they never give themselves away very easily, do they? Probably hidden in the documentation somewhere, but I say there's a lot more pieces in this one, as you'd probably expect. It being whoa, look at the wingspan on that. It's huge, and a lot of detail in the cockpit as well, which will be completely beyond me. So this will be one I'll be doing, I suspect, in the years to come. I won't be wrecking this one with my there's the decals, some nice decals on there. I don't know how the Academy decals rate against all the others. I'm pretty hopeless at decaling anyway, so it makes no difference to me. But as I say, hopefully I will get better. This is the thing with Academy, though, they are pretty light on documentation, as you saw with the other one. But in terms of a date, 2014. So it is a new, I'm assuming with it saying that on the instructions, it is a new tooling. So I'd say that one is one for the future, I suspect. So yeah, looking forward to that. That was a biggie, and I will have to make room on the shelf for that one. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else picked one of those up or done one of those, but you know, I'll do the necessary searches when I'm taking the leap of faith and having a crack at it. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to get too much time modelling this week. I say it's Sunday evening now. The kids are around at the grandma, so my wife's downstairs doing her thing. So at the moment that's all good. But straight back into the work week tomorrow, and I say I'm away Wednesday in Auckland. I'm at the Queen's concert Wednesday night, working all week in Auckland Thursday, and then a full day of presentations on Friday in Auckland as well. So I'm not going to be here for most of the week. But yeah, so I'm just going to crack on anyway. As I say, there's not going to be a lot of modelling content to my videos for a few years yet, I don't suspect. Just out of interest, I know everybody has their own preferences for different makes and types of paint. I've only just got into airbrushing, so I've not invested too heavily in that. I have invested in a water airbrush, but I'm not using it yet. I'm using one of these $20 Vida ones, which is good enough for me for now. But in terms of the airbrushing, I mean, I have bought a few of the Model Air colours. I've probably got at least 30 or 40 of those, and I've got a fair amount of the Tamiya ones as well. But I have noticed that there has been a few comments made by different people that the aqueous hobby colour ones are quite good for the airbrushing. So I've picked up a couple of those just to try and give them a go, and use those instead of the Tamiya ones, just to see if there's much of a difference. And I picked up this as well. It's the Life Colour Battle of Britain collection of 3 paints. And I say I've only heard these mentioned. I mean, I haven't actually seen these in the shops in New Zealand at all. So I bought this one online from the UK. And again, I'm not sure. I guess it comes down to personal preference, and you don't know until you've had a crack. I know that the Humbrol ones I used to use as a kid are, I don't know, I just find them a bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest. The pots aren't that easy to deal with, and the paint itself seems a bit gluggy compared to some of these other brands that seem to have come about in the last 30 years. Yeah, so if anybody has any particular advice, I did hear somebody say that the Vallejo model colour paint range was good for paintbrushing. Some, inside the cockpits and stuff, it's pretty much brushwork, I suspect. And what I have been using is basically just a Model Air, a bit of brushing. It's okay for the little bits and pieces. I mean, you don't really need a lot for brushing if you're airbrushing, I guess. And I watched Alex's video on primers as well. I was interested to see I've been using the Vallejo surface primer, and it's been okay, but it's a bit sticky in the airbrush, and that might be the airbrush, not the paint. But I did note he was saying this is okay, but he noted that the AK Interactive primers were a lot better, so I can't get them over here, unfortunately, so that will have to probably be another internet purchase from the UK at some point in time. But just wondered if anyone else had a similar sort of experience, or whether the Vallejo surface primers, might just be Alex's experience. But either way, no biggie for me at the moment. As I say, it's about learning stuff one strategy at a time, one technique at a time at the moment. And as I say, I've got to put the decals on this next, which I'm not looking forward to because I'm hopeless at decaling. But it should be a lot easier on a 1/48, I'm hoping. And once I've done that, then I'll put some. I don't know. I think I will go for. Just a crystal clear varnish on it, or whether I go for a matte one, I'm not sure as well. Either way, all good. Looking forward to peeling the masking off the canopy, because you always forget what you've done I always forget what I've done in the cockpit, whether I could be bothered doing anything, or whether I've copped out and just messed it up and to forget about it so I can crack on. Either way, that's me for now. I'm going to move on to putting a bit more primer on this, and then I've got to sand in this, whatever it is, this droppable tank, and I'm tempted to start the Spitfire as well and get it underway, or I might spend 5 minutes foraging through the stash and picking another one to get underway. I like to have 3 or 4 on the go. It keeps me interested. Other than that, that's me. No other news, so pretty boring vid really. So all in all, I'll leave it at that, and catch you later. Hopefully I'll have finished that one and got something else underway, and a little bit further on with the Interceptor as well. I'm tempted to actually try a little bit of chipping on this one. I've no idea. I've watched a couple of how-to videos on how to chip, so I did pick up some of this MIG chipping. There's no chicken in the chipping fluid, I hope, but some chipping fluid, and it says a lot of people have referred to the hairspray technique. I have no idea what a hairspray technique is, but I have watched a couple of vids on chipping, so I think it's a case of you put your primer down, you put your undercoat down in what you want to see through on the chipping. So I'll put some bit of metal paint on there before, and then put my top coats on, and then put the chipping stuff on, then the top coats, and then chip away. I'm assuming that's how it works. So I'm tempted to have a go at chipping. I just have to figure out where these things chip, but that's probably not too hard to find out. Other than that, I've got to screw my tool rack back to the wall because for some reason it started to fall off. I don't think we've had any earthquakes recently, so I'm not sure why that is. And there we go. Good night. See you later, guys. Take it easy.